An investigation by Richmond's government watchdog cited the elections office with 25 counts of waste, fraud, and abuse for misspending and misconduct. The expenses that investigators deemed improper totaled nearly $500,000 taxpayer dollars. General Registrar Keith Balmer was appointed in 2021 to oversee all things election-related in Richmond. His promise at the time to promote transparency of his department.
I want everybody to see how we operate in this office.
But now, a probe by Richmond Inspector General James Osuna paints a troubling picture of the operations of his office.
So the real focus for this election has been...
Osuna says Balmer and his employees wasted $200,000 in city funds on private security services that he calls unnecessary. According to the report, Balmer hired personal guards to accompany him at outside events, including a 4-day out-of-town conference, a marathon, and a basketball tournament. The security personnel even bought alcohol for Balmer's employees during work hours and then invoiced the city for it. Balmer cited safety concerns and threats as the rationale for needing personal protection, but Osuna found those threats were not specific and were not reported to Richmond police. Eventually, the department could not afford the security bills because it depleted all its funds, so Balmer had to ask the city council for more money. Then in another instance, Osuna found that Balmer wasted $230,000 remodeling their leased building without approval from the landlord's property manager. The report says that he split up the payments over 21 purchase orders to circumvent the proper procurement process. Osuna says another $16,000 was wasted on buying artwork and $14,000 was wasted on high-end office furniture when lower-priced options were available. Additionally, Osuna found the deputy registrar bought a temp employee a gun and then used them as an armed guard. However, the temp agency said it was not licensed or insured to provide armed security services. Further, the deputy registrar was warned by the city's security manager not to buy the firearm, but she did anyway. The report details multiple violations within the agency of other policies too, including improper food and travel expenses, drinking during work hours, Balmer using his government spending card for hotel room service alcohol, improperly paying employees' college tuitions, and failing to submit vacation and sick leave time.
You know, I think the initial reaction somebody had said about the report that it was really bad. I would say it's awful.
Starlet Stevens, chair of the Electoral Board, which oversees Balmer, tells me over the phone that she thinks the findings are unacceptable, and she recommends cutting the budget for the Office of Elections.
The meals and this way they're spending money there, it's just not realistic. It can't be sustained like it. It has to stop.
As to how the board will respond, Stevens says she's planning a meeting for next week to discuss the report with her colleagues and Balmer, and then she says the board will take whatever actions they deem appropriate. We have reached out to Balmer for a comment, but we have not yet heard back. In Richmond, I'm Tyler Lane, CBS 6 News.